Okay, can I tell you one of the strangest ways I've realized that I've actually healed? It's laundry, which sounds ridiculous, but stay with me. Every few years, my sisters and Lynn and I would go take a girls' trip together. And before we'd leave, my sisters would sometimes leave instructions for their husbands. Here's what the kids need, here's where everybody has to be, here's what they're eating. And then there was me. I could basically just leave because John didn't need instructions. Honestly, sometimes I'd come home and think the house functioned better without me in it. Everybody was alive, everybody was fed and bathed, the kitchen was clean, the laundry was done, and listen, were the towels folded exactly the way I would have folded them? Maybe not. Was the dishwasher loaded correctly? Also, maybe not. But somewhere along the way, I realized none of that actually mattered because every imperfectly folded towel was telling me something that I desperately needed to learn. You don't have to carry all of this by yourself. And I don't think I would have understood how significant that was 10 years ago because there was a season in my life when carrying everything really did feel like a strength. I had 2 little boys, I was homeschooling, we were trying to figure out what James needed before we even knew autism was a part of his story. I had 2 brain surgeries. There were doctors and medications and appointments and therapies and just life. So I became really good at carrying things, planning, watching, anticipating, making sure everybody had what they needed. And those were not bad things. They helped me survive a season that required a lot out of me. But here's what I've been thinking about. Sometimes the things that helped us survive aren't the things we're supposed to carry forever. And I think that's one of the quieter parts of healing we don't always talk about enough. Healing isn't always becoming stronger. Sometimes healing is realizing I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to control every detail for things to be okay. I don't have to fix everything because someone I love is hurting. I don't have to carry something just because I can. I don't have to make sure everything gets done exactly the way I would have done it. And maybe most importantly, I don't have to look back at the woman who did all of those things and criticize her for it. She was doing the best she knew how to do. She was carrying her family through a really hard season, and I'm actually incredibly grateful for her. But she doesn't have to lead anymore. That's the part of becoming that fascinates me because you don't realize how much you've changed until you're standing in your kitchen looking at the towels folded the wrong way and realizing you're completely fine. That's healing. Actually, that's one of the things I wanted the reflection for this episode to help you notice. Not have I changed enough, but where might God already be at work? Because sometimes the evidence isn't dramatic at all. Sometimes it's the thing that would have sent you spiraling 5 years ago that doesn't do that anymore. The conversation you handled differently, the thing you finally let someone else carry, the mistakes you can make without beating yourself up for it for 3 days, the person you're a little slower to judge, those things count, maybe more than we even realize. So here's what I'd love for you to think about this week. What did you learn to do because you needed it to survive that maybe you don't need to carry anymore? And if you can think of something, don't be ashamed of the person who needed that. Maybe just thank her or him and then give them permission to put it down.